very pleased to be joined by a pair of awesome women leading Red Necklace, which you should check out because it's pretty awesome, not going to lie. It's Karen Tanner and Alicia Drisdelle. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
We love it.
Very welcome. So, you guys are running through the rest of this year, and you know, it's going to be big. It's going to be awesome. What do you guys have coming up?
So Red Necklace Productions has been in existence for 5 years, which is very exciting, especially, you know, since when we started it, we were just trying to do one show. So yeah, 5 years later, and we've got 8 shows that we've done. We've done a bunch of events for theater people and the public at large. And so we are now going to celebrate. We're going to have an event at our headquarters in Jones Lake at Given, and where Karen is making something awesome.
Something awesome.
For you to all see and witness.
Something awesome.
It's not food, since I don't cook.
Yeah.
You know what?
Well, it's reportedly not edible. It might still be edible, but it's not food.
No, it's not food. When we were talking about this event, my big thing is I've just retired and I've been in theater forever, my whole life, theater and education. And now I'm into theater. So I've been around for Red Necklaces Productions. I've seen them here and there, and then and I love them. They hit every point that I've been trying to get to every child that I've met, and that is theater's made from passion. You know, don't wait for somebody to tell you you can do it, or that you should, or this is the place. Do it.
So how that translates to what is the event actually going to be, so let's give them the goods. It's basically like a physical anthology of the work that we've done, all the shows and events, all the people that have been involved. It's like, imagine sort of like a, you know, in a conspiracy show where like all the lines are attached and you're like trying to figure out what happened.
Beautiful Mind style.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
It's like a Beautiful Mind. It is a art installation.
Physical art installation of a beautiful mind. Yes, exactly. Because we're theater people and we make magic. And that's what we want people to see. We want them to see the magic. And we're also part of a major theater community in this town. Yeah. There are so many places, so many groups that are making theater, all kinds of different types of theater. And we're a part of it, and we're very excited.
We want everyone to come and see the connections. And for anybody who doesn't know that Red Necklace Productions exists or doesn't know what the theater scene, like what's happening, like, because I know when I first came to Moncton, I didn't know anything at all, and so I think it's important for me to keep being open and saying, if you have a play that you want to do, or you want to act, or you want to do something, then come and meet with us, because we have resources and we have people who are excited to make work.
So Red Necklace, and you're wearing a red necklace.
Yes, just in case you forget. Yes.
I'm perceptive.
Good.
Like that. That's good. So was that intentional?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, good.
Definitely.
Was that a yeah, or was that a yeah because you pointed it out? Definitely.
No, I do. When I'm doing Red Necklace stuff, I make a point. Yeah.
Make a point of it. So.
And I haven't got my red necklace yet.
It's okay.
Oh man, I have one in my bag and I forgot to give you one because we were just in the green room talking with a guy about his script that he's written that we might.
And we're looking at help.
Oh yes, yeah. Eric's coming up.
Yeah.
Yes, Eric Jingles. By the way, tease him next segment. Just keep it locked. So 8 shows so far.
Yeah.
What was it like? Most of them are original. So what was it like from concept to, you know, putting it on? What was it like?
Well, every show is different. It usually comes from someone saying, we have to do a show about this, or I have an idea and I'd really like to do it. So either, you know, it's like a true story, like Mary, she just starred in our French adaptation of Mary Beyond the Asylum. And so it was a true story, and it started with like a really rough script in the beginning, and we worked many, many, many drafts with the playwright Normand Robichaud, and with our team of, you know, actors and stage managers and stuff like that. And then ultimately we got some funding, and we toured it around the province. And
English and in French.
And then now in French too. So it starts with basically an idea. Or like we did a lobster play, and Omerus in Shediac was like, we want people to know about the life cycle of lobsters, and we want people to know how cool it is, and maybe you could do it for kids. So we got the...
That sounds like a challenge. Let's do it.
Yes, exactly.
And so yeah, I ended up with a lobster show, and I've never directed puppets before.
Yeah.
And
if you remember Marshland Tales, who was on Rogers, Eric Alain made all those puppets and stuff, and so he was our puppet designer for that show. And
that's wild.
So it's just like all these connections. You work on something 5 years ago, and then, oh, let's come back and work on something again.
So
Yeah.
do you find the New Brunswick theater ecosystem, I guess we'll say for lack of a better word, because there are both languages here, does that make a difference, do you find? Is it something, I mean, obviously something to be embraced, but in the theater community, is that something that comes up a lot?
I think out of the different artistic communities we do have in New Brunswick, like with music and dance, it is more of a unilingual kind of thing. And when I was first in Moncton, that was what we aimed to do. We did clown work without speaking so that we could bring the audience of French and English together.
Of course.
I think the artistic scene en français is stronger, more united, and for whatever reason, the English is not as united, but we are definitely working to, you know, have events like we had a tapas night and say everybody who's involved in theater, like, come, let's get together, and then we don't all have to buy the same piece of costume. If you know that Mike Granville has it over here, then email him, you know.
And I think we're very, I mean, this town is ready. We've already seen the French theater scene, and many of us are bilingual, so I've been a part of the French theater scene, and we've seen that many things can happen. And it doesn't take away from the other. You know, we're not all doing the same thing, and we're not all doing it at the same time. So I think now on the English scene, we're seeing years later the same thing happening. There's a genesis, and a genesis is always sort of a, you know, the beginnings here, the beginnings there, and I'm so pumped, you know, that this is going to start to happen with us, and we're and the city of Moncton and surrounding areas and Salisbury and anywhere else, you know. We need people to jump in, and we need them to go see. We're not expensive. That's the other thing, you know.
See a show, yeah. Definitely.
You can have an amazing experience, and magic is not always expensive. Magic is magic, and we can make magic.
Out of nothing. You can have an idea.
That's a tagline right there.
And it turns into something. Yeah.
That's on the poster. But that's the thing that people sometimes don't necessarily understand is two things. First off, theater has this live energy that just cannot be replicated. Even sitting
people together
in the crowd,
in a room. Yeah.
There's such an energy with live performance. And second of all, if you want to be a part of it, there's so many. This is the same thing that I brought up with Button too. Is that there's so much practical skills in theater that can translate into anything. You know,
Absolutely.
with some theater background, I can do this. You know, because hosting, doing TV is just an extension. Public speaking, learning how to write, learning how to read, learning how to speak. It's
learning how to problem solve,
be creative,
learning how to think outside the box. That's what we're all asking everybody to do now.
Yeah.
Learning how to live, learning how to enjoy.
How to problem solve. Like anytime you have a show, you have a show, there are always things that you're like, oh my gosh, how are we going to do that? And you rack your brain and you try to solve it this way and that way. And
so
you got to do it. The show has to
go. Our event for 10 minutes on the 9th or the 10th. It's the same thing. It's going to be a rolling thing. It's 10 minutes, kind of like a vaudeville show. You can come in halfway through and then see the first half later. Lots of black light, lots of strings flying everywhere. Now you see them, now you don't. Lots of flash, lots of glitter, lots of fun,
I
lots of magic.
I don't even know exactly what it's going to be yet.
There's an idea in her head, and we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
but you will see it 9th and the 10th. Yeah. What's some more details on where and when? Some more details.
So our headquarters is 126 Given Drive. It's a nice
right on Jones Lake.
Yep, nice white house on the corner of Given and Broadview. And you've probably seen some people coming and going from that house if you're in the neighborhood and you're like, what are they doing?
You've been wondering.
Yeah, what are they all about? And just drop in anytime between 5 and 7. We would love to meet and greet you and just, you know, get a sense of what we've done, or if you have an idea or you want to be involved, come, because this is like, do you act?
And we will not be asking for we will not be asking for money. You don't have to leave your name. We would love you to give us whatever you want to give us, but we want everybody to know who we are. When Red Necklace comes up, there's the Red Necklace production. I'd like somebody in this town to know, oh, wait a minute, they're a theater group.
Yeah.
They're a cheap theater group.
She's newly retired, and she's ready to like give all the theater power. Look, so how much power she has,
much
right?
Passion
it's
in that
wonderful.
Chair.
Yeah,
it's great.
And so, you know, we're 5 years in, and we're ready to do the next chapter of the next 5 years. And what is it going to be? I don't know.
And there's writers. There's writers in this province. There's writers in this town, and where do we find all of these people? I mean, it's happening all over the world.
Facebook, Red Necklace Productions.
I was just about to ask, so
Yes.
very, very glad that you remembered that.
That's the great tip, yeah.
Yes, so check it out on Facebook. Check it out the 9th and the 10th on Given off of Jones Lake. Don't go into Jones Lake because that won't end up good for you. But if you go the other side on Given, you'll find Red Necklace, and you can go check it out, and you can see these two ladies and more and learn a whole lot more about it. Be sure to check it out as well on Facebook to get more information. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.